If you have Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, Sun, Moon or Rising, this is a look at the energies that could be around you for the week ahead, Sunday to Sunday. We are focusing on your overall spiritual kind of situation and work, abundance, money, also love and romance or family. So those are the areas, and then I'll finish with an overview. So let's look first at the energies around you for the week, kind of in terms of your spiritual growth, in terms of your inner life. There is a lot of change coming this week, and it might be change that you have felt brewing. It's not going to come out of nowhere. This is a process that you are going through at the moment of death and rebirth. So there is big change. You are actually in the middle of really changing and planting something new here, grounding a new life or a new lifestyle. And it may just be spiritually, it doesn't have to be out in the physical world. It does feel quite physical, and I'll show you why, but there is some kind of hidden knowledge or some sort of inner urging that you're experiencing that is going to help you see the way forward. So you may feel a little bit lost at the moment, like you don't know what to do. This is all part of a transformational journey for you. So this energy continues this week. But there is maybe a sense of victory being in sight. So this may or may not happen this week, but you are on a victory path, whether you realize it or not. And it seems to be an axis of, astrologically speaking, your fourth house of your roots and your security at the bottom of your chart, and your 10th house of your fame point, your social standing. They seem to be the two, they are opposite each other. It's like the roots of the tree and the crown of the canopy of the tree. In terms of your life, that seems to be the very dynamic axis that is being activated by this transformation. What makes you feel stable? What makes you feel great and out there in the world? How do you really want people to view you? So that is Saturn in the fourth house of home, roots, family, security. So there are maybe burdens there that you want to get rid of from the past. The key word is charity. I'm not really picking up on that for this reading. This is more like limits and burdens around your home and family, but also rules, stability. And so there's this beautiful trade-off between limits and security. And it might feel stifling, but it might be that for some of you, it actually is a really lovely grounding time where you feel really secure in your family life. For others of you, yes, it's going to feel like a burden or something that feels like that needs sorting out or it needs lightening up. So if you would like a personal reading about your own situation, that is the place to get into more detail about how this energy is playing out for you. And we've got the moon here. You've got a lot of desire emotionally to really make a name for yourself or to be seen as an individual, maybe not so much just as a family member. So there is this really emotional drive to have some profile, public profile of some sort. And I don't mean fame. It's just a sense of self-worth through external things. This is the Capricorn house of achievement, of showing out, it's obvious, your worth is obvious. It's not your self-worth, it is your worth as others view it. So there is something very emotional pushing you on towards that this week as part of a larger journey. It is your transformation, and there is victory that you are wanting and pursuing. And like I say, it does really look like you are undergoing quite the transformation, leaving an old way of life behind, moving towards a new way of life, planting something new there. And yes, you are getting hidden knowledge. You're getting kind of intuitive nudges that are pushing you along the way there. You have a silent understanding of what is happening. Okay, so that was overall. Now let's look at work, career, finances, and abundance and see what the energies are there. Okay, so there is a lot of waiting around at the moment. You might be really impatient, and this might tie in with your journey. You feel like there is nothing much happening. You're putting in a lot of effort and not really getting the results to show for it that you are wanting. There seems to be a lot of painful stuff there, or just details that are holding you back, pinning you down. And you know you want things to change, but you are really either willfully ignoring what needs to change, or you are a little bit blinded by what's going on, so you don't have all the information you need to make a decision to move forward. But I love the cards. Look what came out. The answers you need are coming. Things will resolve in your favor. Just have self-belief and persevere. So I pulled 2 cards for energies to lean away from, and that was Emperor energy. Lean away from taking charge, being a bulldozer. That's not what you want to do this week. Somehow patience is required so that the answers you need to make your decision to move ahead with a project, with work, with money, with abundance, that is coming in, but you're just going to have to be patient. And the energy to lean towards, the second card I drew, this is the opposite of making plans and having expectations. So that is so cool. Don't try and drive ahead. Instead, just let things fall where they may and don't expect anything. Don't try and make plans. That came out twice. Lean into any delays. So just curb your impatience and just know that things will resolve, and you've just got to have faith in yourself that you will be fine. Okay, so for love and relationships, let's have a look here. Well, again with a choice. This seems to be coming through a lot for air signs recently. So either this is you, so you are feeling very abundant, sitting on your throne, not really taking much action, but just kind of enjoying life, or this is someone who is coming in romantically for you. In some way, there is a decision that you will need to make, either because this person comes in or because this is you wanting to maintain this kind of dignity. This is a very earth sign, Capricorn sort of style energy that I was alluding to in your 10th house of public esteem, how people see you. And maybe you are requiring all the good things in life in order to feel fulfilled. But in some way, and maybe that is a bit of a prison for you, but in some way you are being called this week to have your boundaries high. So have your expectations high. Remember your worth. So factor that into any decision that you need to make. This card came out twice. In work, this is the same card, I've just realized. Oh my God, work and romance. There is something you're not looking at or something you're not able to see in its full entirety yet. I don't know whether these 2 areas of your life are linked or whether this is just the energy that really is pervading you at the moment, air signs. So you're just going to have to be patient, remember your worth, and keep your guard up here. Now, the reason for that is you may be feeling restless. Mercury in the first house of yourself and the first impressions people have of you. Maybe you want to change how people see you. This is the very first stage of your kind of fame. It's the first, as I say, it's the first impression, and you might want to change that up. You might want to be a bit more communicative about who you really are, what you think, what you feel. So you might be putting yourself first. There might be an element of selfishness there, but there is an element here. The sun is shining a spotlight on your 5th house of romance and creativity. And this is the love reading, of course. So there is energy on romance for you. Whatever that means, there is a spotlight. It's sort of shining. It's heating up your love life. Now, what is somebody only has eyes for you? How about that? Maybe you only have eyes for someone else. And there is a slight warning here. Either you or they may be or may come across as a Peter Pan character or a Tinkerbell character. So not having the stickability to make something last, maybe with a short attention span. You or they may suffer from self-limiting beliefs that has them act in this way. Be a bit of a butterfly, just flitting around from relationship to relationship, because they lack that core self-belief that they can stick around and be a long-term partner. So see whether that relates to you or the person that you are interested in or are dealing with at the moment. Certainly there is genuine interest there. So that goes without saying. But there is something powerful and magical between you. Now, again, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, it's magical. And maybe someone likes to run around casting a spell of enchantment, but then doesn't stick around to ground it in reality. Remember way back when we had the need to ground things in reality, Saturn in the 4th house of your home and roots and security. So you don't want to be dealing with someone who says all the right things today, but tomorrow it might be a different story and they could leave you high and dry when they change their mind or freak out. Or is this you? Again, only a private reading, personal reading will help unpick some of these energies around you. But are you weaving a spell, casting a spell over some deluded individual because you really fancy them and you are the Peter Pan or the Tinkerbell here because of your self-limiting beliefs? Or could you be on the receiving end of this? That's the question, and really only a private reading would sort that out. But you will know, you will instinctively feel which side of that coin you are on. So please use whatever side you're on. Keep your boundaries high is the lesson for this week, romantically. And you know, this is not the right time to maybe make the decision. There are things that are unknown to you. Okay, so I'm going to finish by pulling some cards to summarize the whole week ahead for you. For air signs, what do they most need to know that summarizes all this energy, or what does the universe want to spotlight particularly for you? Okay, so there is painful stuff that is holding you back. This could be your limiting beliefs, or it could be just things that have outworn their usefulness. It could be the burdens you're feeling at home with Saturn in the 4th house. It could be dealing with this person who's a bit of a Tinkerbell or Peter Pan. This is your cue to kind of stick to your own guns this week in a way. It is putting yourself first. This is my Aries kind of signifier of being a bit of a loner, looking after your own business, keeping yourself kind of apart or aloof in some way or other. I do feel like there is more information in all regards that is waiting to come through for you. So this is not the week to take action, but things are going to get easier. So that is the promise that the universe has. Soon you'll be on this boat being carried to much calmer, smoother waters and a much calmer, smoother life. So that is the advice for you this week, my darlings, in the collective reading. If you would like a personal reading, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com. Otherwise, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy for the week ahead and beyond.